phones and toasters,
MP3s and TV screens,
even roller coasters. Without them, clocks stop ticking.
without them lights go out.
But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let their secret out. But if you meet a Fixie, please don't let their secret out.
But if you meet a Fixie, please
Don't let their secret out.
The baby monitor.
Oh, it's my old baby monitor. On. Check, check. Checking. 1, 2, 3. Checking. It's working.
Why don't we give it to the Johnsons? They just had a baby the other day.
This is mine, and I'm planning on using it.
Aren't you a little too big for it?
No, I'm not big at all.
Well, I didn't realize that you're still a little boy. And a greedy one at that.
They're never gonna notice this. Hey, Fixies, are you here?
We're here now. Why did you call us?
I gotta show you how I turned into a mind reader.
I find that just a little hard to believe.
Okay, then I'll show you. I'll leave you alone, and then you'll hide this button wherever you want. Then I'll come back and find it.
You got it. So where's a good hiding place? Well, we gotta think of one. Right here, under the keyboard. Great! Go on, Nolik. Come on in. We're ready for you.
And now, I'm going to read your thoughts. Here I go. You hid the button here. Look! Ta-da!
He really does read minds. Oh, that was a lucky guess. Bet you can't do it again.
Well, I bet you I can.
We're gonna have to be sneakier.
Verda, she's the most beautiful girl in our class. She knows it, too, and doesn't hesitate to use it. She can even be a bit sneaky, like when she needs help with her homework. Then Digit suddenly becomes her best friend. But if she doesn't want to carry her pack-a-mat, she'll say, "Fire, please help me. You're just such a strong Fixie." But all us boys like her just the same. Digit does, and Nolik does, and I guess I do, too. Although, I really like Simka more. Or maybe Verda. Or both of them. I haven't decided yet. Verda can be difficult and even bossy sometimes. But one thing I know for sure, Verda's a good friend. A friend that'll always come help. Well, that is if she's able to pry herself away from the mirror.
I think that we should throw it down into this pencil cup. But then we concentrate on another place.
That is good, but it won't work, Fixies.
Come on in.
Uh-huh. Aha! It's in here. Tidish?
Simka, were you thinking about the cup? No, I swear. And my mind was blank. Then who did, huh? Uh-huh. Tom Thomas, what do you say we go again?
As many times as you want.
I know how he's been doing all of this. It's a baby monitor. That's how we can hear what we're saying. I don't get it. A baby monitor helps parents watch over their babies. The system has 2 units that look like wireless telephones. The parents keep one of the units by their side and put the other one in the room where the baby is sleeping. If the baby suddenly wakes up and starts crying, the unit in the baby's room will pick up the sound and send it by radio waves to the parents' unit. Mom or Dad will hear the crying and go and comfort their child. And so he's listening to us now. This time I know what we should do. We'll hide it under the globe. Ooh. Go on.
Uh-huh. Aha! Huh? Where is it?
If you read our minds, you'd find your button under the baby monitor.
You tricked me. That's really not nice.
And spying on us is nice, you think?
I'm sorry, I just thought it'd be fun.
Well, anyhow, Tom Thomas, you're too old for this thing. Unless, of course, you still need it.
I'm not a baby. I was just, checking it. I'll go and give it to Mom. Mom, I'm not greedy.
About what?
Let's give this monitor to the Johnsons, and this car is for their baby boy.
I don't think that baby's big enough yet for your car.
So what? Soon he's gonna get bigger and become a big boy, right? Like me.
The Lie Detector.
Simka! Shh, quiet. I'm on a stakeout here. Who are you staking out? Tom Thomas. We've got to bet that he won't be able to survive 3 days without any TV. Really? Can I be on the stakeout with you? Shh.
Simka! Ha!
Aha! I gotcha.
What? Who?
You lost the bet, Tom Thomas. Just tell me you didn't.
I didn't.
Why didn't you?
It's because I'm not Tom Thomas.
What?
I'm Tom's brother.
That's totally not true. We know Tom Thomas doesn't have a brother.
I meant his first cousin.
Then how come you two look so much alike?
It's 'cause our mothers are twins.
So what should we call you?
Who, me? John Johnson. And who are you, by the way?
As if you don't know who we are.
This room is beautiful. Sure is bigger than mine.
I don't believe you. You're telling a lie.
And what is your proof?
Maybe he's not lying. There's a way to check it.
How?
Yeah, how? With a lie detector. You'll see. A lie detector is a device that is used to help figure out if someone is telling the truth or if they are lying. You see, when someone is lying, they always get a little bit nervous. Even though we might not see it, we know that a liar's heart beats a little faster, his breathing changes, and he sweats. A lie detector can pick up on all of these little things. And that's how a lie detector can be used to help find the truth.
But you don't have a lie detector.
But we know how a lie detector works, don't we? Or are you scared, Tom Thomas?
What's that for?
To listen to your pulse,
How come?
so I'll be able to check how fast your heart is beating.
And Nolik?
He's gonna keep an eye on how often you blink.
And what are you doing with the egg?
The egg is an old African method. If you're not telling the truth, your hand will automatically squeeze the egg. And so, the egg will crack.
Well, my egg won't crack.
We'll see about that.
Humans have tried to come up with all sorts of ways to find out the truth. For instance, in ancient China, they would put some dry rice in a person's mouth when they told him the crime they believed he committed. Then they'd check the rice. If the rice stayed dry, they believed he had committed the crime. In ancient India, a person had to bang on a gong while answering a judge's questions. If he started banging the gong louder, then it was believed that he was trying to hide the truth. And in Europe, if one knight accused another of lying, then they would just take part in a duel. Whoever won that one was said to be on the side of truth. No, it's not easy to hide the truth, but sometimes it can be even harder to find it.
Answer yes or no. You got that? Do you have 2 ears?
Don't you have eyes?
Just yes or no.
Yes.
Answer. Are you a girl?
Hey, come on.
Yes or no?
No. Where do you find such dumb questions?
We just have to check what happens to your heart when you tell the truth to us. All right, now answer this. Do you know the Fixies? Yes or no?
Yes. No. I forgot.
His pulse is speeding up. Are you Tom Thomas?
No.
His pulse is racing. And his eyes have started blinking. and the Fixies. Tell us where you learned about them.
From Tom Thomas.
He couldn't have told you about us. It's a secret.
He could.
Not true.
It's true.
It's not true.
Yes, it is.
Hey, look! The egg cracked! Just give up, John Johnson.
All right, I'm Tom Thomas, guys.
Tidish!
Is it really possible to know if you lied just by measuring your pulse?
With pulse, you really can. But you probably couldn't with the egg.
You tricked me then. That wasn't nice.
You weren't tricked. John Johnson was.
Huh. You know what? I think you've got to get checked out on this lie detector.
Ha! I don't think so. You need to get ready to give me my wish. 'Cause you're the one that lost the bet.
The zipper.
Hey, Nolik, look. Why did Tom Thomas go to sleep like that?
Maybe it was some kind of homework for one of his classes.
Uh-huh, gym class homework.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi there.
You're looking good.
My parents just bought it for me. Isn't it a cool jacket?
And what, you slept in it all night?
Yeah, once I tried it on, I didn't want to take it off, and I fell asleep in it.
Yeah, life's never boring with you around.
Oh, I think the zipper got stuck.
And so what? You can leave your coat on no problem. You're about to go to school, right?
And you think I could sit in my class like this? How could I have broken the zipper?
Don't worry, you haven't broken it, not yet. Here is a simple zipper. It is made with 2 rows of small teeth that pass through a slider. The slider has 2 holes on the top and only 1 hole on the bottom. When we pull the slider up along the zipper, the teeth grab onto each other and the 2 rows join together into one. And zip! The zipper's closed. To open it, all you need to do is pull the slider in the opposite direction. Then the teeth will come apart.
But on mine, they're stuck together. And now what?
What do people do in the morning? Do what they do. Exercise. And I'll have time to think it over.
1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3,
And then what about me?
Go exercise too.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
And 1,
2,
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Simka, come on, think of something. I'm sweating already.
Soon, okay? Go get washed up in the meantime.
Whew.
Do you think I could help you think?
I think not. I think you'd be better off washing.
How's it going, Tom Thomas?
Did she think of anything yet?
What?
Did she think of anything yet?
Ah, gotcha. Nope, she hasn't thought of anything so far.
It's so hot.
Just pretend you're a polar scientist. They always work in their parkas, and you know what? I'll be the penguin. Hey, where are you going?
I can't take it anymore.
All right, just sit right here, and I'll try to find the problem.
You see? That polar scientist game's funny, huh?
That's not it. It's Simka. Oh, she's tickling so hard.
Stop squirming.
And you stop tickling me.
Aha! So that's why it won't open all the way. It's only a piece of thread stuck in there. Pull the slider up. Tidish! You can unzip it now.
Thanks so much.
Here it is, a thread. That's what the whole problem was.
You're kidding. So I've been sweating because of some piece of nothing?
In technology, every little thing matters. I remember when scientists built one of the first computers around 60 years ago. It was a giant machine. It filled up several rooms and had more than 1 million parts. It was a technological wonder. But all of a sudden, this technological wonder went kaboom and broke, and no one understood why. The computer just stopped working, and that was that. The scientists were going crazy. They couldn't find a problem. Turns out that this huge computer broke because a little butterfly had flown inside the computer and got stuck in between some contacts. Yes, it's true. This huge machine went crazy because of a little butterfly. And that's how it goes. So you see, every little thing really does matter.
Tom Thomas, breakfast is ready. What are you doing in your jacket?
It's 'cause I was playing Polar Scientist.
Simka, what took you so long to figure it out?
I just thought it would be funny to see Tom Thomas do his exercises and brush his teeth in his coat, that's all.
That was your plan?
Well, yeah. Can I joke around a bit?
The pen.
Not here either.
Tom Thomas, are you looking for me?
No, for a red pen. I need it right now.
What do you need it for?
Here, look what my teacher wrote in my assignment book.
Bad behavior during the lesson, fidgeting, and talking. What are you gonna do with a red pen? Your teacher left something out?
I thought maybe, I could fix it a bit. I hope I find that pen. Oh, whoop. Oh, whoop. Oh.
Oh, wow. Good catch. So, what do you want to fix on it?
I'll just add a couple of no's, and then it will say that I had no bad behavior during the lesson, no fidgeting, and no talking. See, no problem.
Cool. And then add this at the end. Tom Thomas is a perfect student.
Nah, then they would guess I did it. What, is it clogged up? A little scribble will do it.
That's not a pen. It's more like a penknife. Oh, look, the ball's missing.
What ball? It's a pen.
It's a pen, but it's a ballpoint pen. Old-fashioned pens work by dipping the pen into a jar of ink. But with a ballpoint pen, the ink is stored inside of a tube that has a metal tip on the end with a small steel ball. Well, small for humans, that is, but of course, for Fixies, it's quite large. When you drag the pen across the paper, the ball spins around and gets ink on it from inside the tube. Then it turns over and the ink rolls out onto the paper. So without the ball, a ballpoint pen won't write at all.
So what am I going to do? That's my only red pen.
Hi, everybody. Why do you look so sad?
We lost the ball from the tip of this pen.
Where?
It's here somewhere.
Then you're in luck, boys. In the pack-a-mat, there's a metal detector. You can use it to find different kinds of metal objects.
Nah, that's not it.
I can see that myself. It's not on the table, Nolik.
Until not that long ago, humans used pens that had to be dipped over and over again into an inkwell. This was quite inconvenient. And so to make writing easier, the fountain pen was invented. A fountain pen could be filled up with ink, so it could write for a much longer time. But fountain pens would often leak, leaving blots of ink on the paper. This problem was solved with the invention of the ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pens are simple, handy, and reliable, except that you can't write with them on a wall or upside down for a long time. That's because the ball uses up the ink on it, and the ink can't flow up to the tip. But even this problem has been solved. There are now special ballpoint pens that can be used by astronauts floating in space.
Is this the one?
You're right. That's it. Don't you just see my metal detector is?
Is that what you're calling me now?
Yeah! Tom Thomas, help us. And now! Tidish!
Cool.
By the way, what do you need the red pen for?
Well, Tom Thomas and I need to fix something in his assignment book.
What? If I knew that, I wouldn't have helped you out.
So no fidgeting and no talking.
And your teacher, she writes in your assignment book when you behave well?
Uh-huh. Whenever we behave well, she writes a note in our books right away.
Ah,
Did you see, Simka? How Tom Thomas managed to outsmart everybody?
Since I see nothing else here from your teacher, does that mean you behaved badly the other days?
Uh-huh. What? Well,
Did you see, Nolik? How Tom Thomas just managed to outsmart himself?
The flashlight.
where is that thing?
Hi, Tom Thomas. What are you looking for?
The flashlight. Ah, here it is.
Why do you need it?
Katya, I want to talk with her.
Why not use the phone? This thing's a flashlight. It's not a telephone.
No, you don't understand. Me and Katya came up with a secret code. If I flash just once, then it means hello there.
Oh, and Katya's also said hello there to you.
And 2 flashes? What's that?
Katya's asking if everything's all right. Now I'll tell her that everything's good. Oh, what's wrong with this?
I think it's not working right.
I see, Nolik, but what's wrong?
Any flashlight is nothing more than a battery and a light bulb connected by some wires that are used to make a switch in between them. To turn on a flashlight, you flip on a switch. That lets the electricity flow through the wires from the battery to the bulb so it lights up. And if it won't light up, that means that the battery is dead, the light bulb is burned out, or the switch is broken. And now let's put all this theory into practice.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time right now. Don't you get it? If I don't signal back, she'll think that I don't want to talk to her, and that would just be terrible.
Just don't get all worked up.
We'll help you.
But first we need to get the the pack-a-mat and come right back. See ya.
Did you hear that? Masya, what a weird sound.
Uh-huh. That's new.
Now we know what the noise was.
Papoose, can we use a pack-a-mat?
To fix a flashlight.
Really, did you say a flashlight? Do you know the story about when Granddad had to travel for miles on top of a dog? It's true! He was sent on a very important mission. A huge flashlight repair.
What kind was it?
A special kind called a lighthouse.
A lighthouse is a tall structure with a huge flashlight on top of it that is used to help ships and planes find their way. People have been using lighthouses since ancient times. The most famous of them all is the Lighthouse of Alexandria. It was built in Egypt more than 2,000 years ago, and it was more than 100 meters tall. The ancient Greeks considered this lighthouse one of the 7 wonders of the world. In ancient times, people would burn big fires on top of lighthouses. Today, the light comes from powerful electric bulbs. Many of today's lighthouses not only give off light, but they send radio signals, too. Yes, thanks to lighthouses, ships and planes for miles around learn where they need to sail or where they've got to fly in order to stay safe.
And thanks to that heroic deed of your grandfather, that big old lighthouse started working. Since then, not a single ship has ever gone astray.
Simka! And what if we don't just fix the flashlight, but we do something heroic?
Like Grandpoos did.
Uh-huh.
All right, what do you say? Let's jump on the back of this dog and get moving.
What?
Stop ducking. Grab hold of my hand.
Uh-oh.
Chusaka, no! Get out right now.
Tish! That was really some heroic deed.
Now it's time to go get that lighthouse fixed. Tom Thomas, hand the lighthouse over.
What kind of lighthouse?
The one that's your flashlight.
I have no use for it.
What do you mean, no use for it?
But then how are you gonna tell Katya what she needs to know?
I already told her. Watch this.
No, that wasn't the deal.
Yeah. You want to tell us our heroic deed was in vain?
Well, if you need some heroic deed, then sure, fix it.
Hooray!
The lever.
It's a new weightlifting record!
You're so strong. That's so light, I could lift it up with my finger.
Oh my! But do you think you could lift up your nightstand?
Don't know, never tried it.
So then go on. No way! And you are so much bigger than that nightstand. But watch, I can lift this big pencil. And just look how much smaller I am. So, who's stronger, you or me?
Well, I guess it's not me.
The Fixies may be very small, but they are actually much stronger than humans. Yes, it's true. What, you don't believe me? Well, who's stronger, an elephant or an ant? You think it's the elephant. Well, of course, it's so much bigger. But did you know that one ant can lift up 50 ants its own size? And an elephant? It can't even hold up one. So it turns out that for its size, an ant is much stronger than an elephant. And the same goes for Fixies. Fixies are incredibly strong for their size. They can lift things that are 100 times heavier than they are. And Fixies can jump 50 times higher than their own height. If humans were as strong as Fixies are, they'd be able to lift an automobile all by themselves.
Yeah, Tom Thomas. It's time you built up your strength.
Well, how?
Start lifting dumbbells. Or if you want to, you can use my barbell.
No thanks. I'll use the dumbbells my dad has. They're in his office, I think.
Oh, there's one.
And where's the other one? Aha, there you are. I'll get you out of there.
Come on. I'm helping you here.
It's stuck.
All right. Move aside. I'll get it right out. What is this, glued to the floor or something?
Hey, what's all the racket?
Hi there, Simka. We can't get the dumbbell out from under there.
Well, of course you can't. The sofa's pressing down on it.
So that's what it is. And I was worried that I lost all my strength. Well, that means we have to lift up this sofa.
We can't do that. It's too heavy for us.
We can do it. Tom Thomas, get me your hockey stick from your room.
We can't move a sofa with a hockey stick.
Don't worry, you'll see.
Here, I brought it. What is it for?
We're gonna use it as a lever.
A lever?
Well, yeah. A lever works the same way that a seesaw does, with a board resting on top of a piece called the fulcrum. But with a lever, one side is longer than the other, and that's the secret to its power. With a lever's help, it's possible to lift any weight. All you need to do is get the short arm of the lever under the load and push down on the long arm. And the longer the arm, the more weight you can lift. And that's how a lever makes people stronger. Well, can Can we find a fulcrum in here?
Maybe this dumbbell. Can that be our fulcrum?
Great idea. Now you're thinking the right way. You ready to go?
Let's go!
Lean on it, Tom Thomas.
Yay! It's working!
Tadish!
I'm so strong, did you see? Now watch how I lift Dad's heavy weights for you. Look, I can do it.
It's just like I told you. You'd be better off training with my weights.
Didn't you just see me lift up the sofa?
You didn't lift the sofa, the lever did.
Did you ever hear the saying, knowledge is power?
I've heard it.
Although, some physical power won't hurt you either.
So pick up your lever and go out and play some hockey. You know how built those hockey players are.
The keyboard.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready or not, here we come.
And where is he hiding this time?
Tom Thomas! Yoo-hoo!
Tom Thomas, you didn't forget about your grandma's birthday, did you?
No! Oops, I did.
We found you this time.
Hey, that's not fair. It was my mom that found me, not you.
Then go and hide again.
Not now. I have to draw a birthday card for... my grandmother. So, we need one clean sheet of paper.
When's your grandma's birthday?
Tomorrow.
But your card won't get there on time.
Oh, then what can I do?
Come on and use your noggin. Pick up the phone and give her a ring.
Your grandmother will be really happy to hear your voice.
No, we've got a tradition. We send each other birthday cards.
And what's the internet for? Why don't you send off an electronic card to her?
Simka, that's genius. Oh, this one's cool.
Now go ahead and type your message.
The letter D isn't working. How can I write Dear Grandma without D?
Just let her be a plain old grandma without the deer.
But the letter G isn't working either.
It looks like we could use a pack-a-mat here.
A pack-a-mat? What for?
To clean off the keyboard's contacts that got all dirty.
What contacts?
A key on a computer keyboard works pretty much the same way as a doorbell does. When we press on the button of a doorbell, the contacts inside touch, which lets the electricity flow that makes the bells ring. And when we press a letter on a computer keyboard, an electrical current runs from the keyboard to the computer, and that letter appears on the screen. But if there's dirt between the contacts that stops them from touching, then the current can't flow.
What did you drop in here that is so sticky?
It's probably the soda I was drinking.
And so, you shared it with the keyboard? Here's the reason why it's not working.
Where did so many crumbs come from?
They fell off my sandwich.
What in the world is this red stuff down here?
That must be the sauce for my mushroom pizza.
Oh, Nolik. Well, now it looks like we're gonna be out picking mushrooms.
The Fixies are always ready to help people out, but there are some people we really don't feel like helping. I remember when I was working as a Fixie back in one house. It was a disaster. One day, the owner spilled coffee on the remote for the TV. As I was running to clean the remote, he starts pounding the TV with his fist because the channels won't change. So now the TV is broken too. Well, with no TV, he decides to listen to some music, and he carelessly pulls the music center onto the floor. So he tries to fix that himself and manages to break it for good. And then he sits down on top of his telephone and breaks that to bits. Meanwhile, I'm still busy trying to clean the coffee off of the remote. There wasn't a minute of rest with this guy around. In the end, I couldn't take it any longer. So I got out of there, and now I'm here, teaching kids.
Thomas, why are you eating food at your computer?
Yeah, they don't feed you in the kitchen or something?
Now I know it. It's not allowed.
You said it. Now write your message.
And write the address on there, too.
Uh-huh. Mom, do you know what the email address for Grandma is?
Grandma doesn't have an email address.
So what? We went ahead and fixed that keyboard for nothing?
I still need it. Am I Grandma? I'll give her a ring on the phone.
You said you had a tradition of writing each other cards.
And what? Grandma will be happy to hear my voice.
That's some original idea, huh?
The combination lock.
Ah! He's home!
Nolik, are you here? Stop your hiding. I'll still find you. Nolik, is that you?
Hey, come on, that's not fair. You saw. Let me go again.
I don't want to. You want me to play hide and seek when I got a brand new game to play with?
Where is it? I don't see it anywhere in the room.
I took it to school with me
For what reason?
to show it off.
Wow, awesome game. Thomas, can I play your game?
'Cause I'm not done playing with it yet.
Now just try asking me to do some favor for you.
Wait, was it a 3 or a 4? It could have been 5. I forgot.
What about?
I forgot the combination. And now I can't even do my homework. Everything I need to finish is inside of there.
I'm not climbing in to find out your homework. Don't even ask me.
Thomas, why do you look so upset?
The code for the lock. I don't remember it.
Don't you worry. Ha! We'll open it. I know all about a code lock. A simple code lock is built with a few discs that have numbers on them. In the center of each disc is a hole with a notch. When all of the discs are turned so their notches line up in a straight row, the lock's pin can slide out freely. And to get the notches to line up, just turn the discs to the lock's code and the lock will open. It's that simple.
It looks like we gotta take a look inside the lock.
Ah, I see. Nolik, where are you? There's work to do.
I won't do it. I'm not gonna help such a greedy boy.
Nolik, won't you help me out here? And I won't be so greedy anymore.
All right, you broke me down. Only as soon as we're done, you're gonna let me play with the game.
Right.
There's no room in here.
Hang in there. We'll start turning the discs one at a time, and you yell stop when they're lined up.
Stop! Turn the next one now. Stop! Stop!
Now try.
Yes!
Alley-oop! Titties!
Hooray!
And your code was really simple. Way too simple.
The secret numbers and letters that you use to lock something up are called the code or the password. And to make sure your password's a really good one, here are some things you should know. Never choose a password that's really simple for someone else to guess. like one with numbers or letters that are all the same or are all in order. It's also a bad idea to make a password out of your birth date or name. It's better to think of a password that's a bit more complicated. And don't forget your password once you come up with it. Write down your password on a piece of paper and keep it in a safe place, but don't show it to anybody else. And then, if you happen to forget your code or password, you'll be able to remember it with the help of that piece of paper.
And why did you ever put a lock on your backpack?
I was hiding the game from the other kids.
Then why did you take it to school today?
I wanted to show it off to my class.
And did you show it?
No way. If they would have seen it, they'd be like, I want to use it. I want to play.
And so you hid it and didn't show it to anybody.
Not to anyone.
Then why take it to school, silly?
To show it off there.
You're just some show-off.
You're just some greedy... Oops, sorry. Once greedy boy. Will you let us play now?
Play away.
We're not bothering you, are we?
Can you jump a little easier? You're shaking the whole desk.
The wires.
Quiet down. Get ready for your lesson.
Be quiet.
Quiet down, please. Oh, it's so hot here. In today's class, we'll learn about...
Whoa! What was that, huh? It must have been an earthquake.
Yeah, it was an earthquake! Hooray!
Sorry there, Professor. Ooh, I have to find an outlet so I can plug in this fan. Ooh, it feels terribly hot.
It sure does. Well, keep looking. You'll find one. Now then, where was I? Oh, right. Today... Oh...
No, it's impossible. In this whole laboratory, there isn't one free outlet. Look at this.
Just pull out one of these wires and then you'll have a free outlet.
I can't. I fear I could pull out a plug for something important. Volt himself would get all tangled up in these wires. Whew.
Don't worry about it, Professor Eugenius. We'll find a free outlet for you.
That's right, my colleague. A cup of tea will do you good, so just go relax.
Thank you, my colleague. And as always, I'm eternally grateful.
Fixies have opened schools for their children in all sorts of different places, like factories, stores, and warehouses. Anywhere where there's lots of machines and appliances and places to hide from humans. And this is where we hold our school, right here inside the laboratory of Professor Eugenius. It's a fantastic place for me to hold class. Every day, new devices, materials, toys, and even food are brought here for examination. And there are lots of scientific devices and tools to study here as well. But most importantly, we never need to hide from the head of the laboratory. Because my colleague, Professor Eugenius, is someone I'm proud to call a friend. He loves Fixies, helps us anytime we need, and will never let our secret out.
What should we do first?
We have to start out with pulling apart these wires.
That'll take a second.
Over here!
No, here.
Nolik, come help!
Let's do this! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, just one more time!
Stop it! I can't get out! Loosen the wires!
We need to pull out this one! Stop this nonsense, will ya?
Thank you, Digit.
Tidish. Well, the way I see it, in order to get the knot out that's over here, we need to expand the loop that's over there. And then push that wire through it. And then do it again from the other end. That's it. Very good, girls. Hey! Now pull it hard. Perfect.
Hey, check it out. The screen wire up here isn't plugged into anything.
Then no one's using it. So that means we should go and pull it out from the outlet.
Got it. Oh,
and I found it together.
Nolik, why are you so upset? Because you guys are doing all the work. How about this wire? Nobody's checked it yet. Really? Oh, wow!
What? Did you find some treasure, Nolik?
Uh-huh. There are 6 free outlets under here.
Great! Now Professor Eugenius can plug in his fan, and his kettle, and even his soldering iron.
To get electricity to a device that doesn't use batteries, you need to plug a pair of wires into an outlet. But it's important not to let the wires touch one another, or the electricity can burn them out. That's why wires are covered in plastic or rubber, so the electricity won't pass from one wire to the other, or to us when we touch them. So always be very careful with wires. And never, ever touch a bare wire. You could get killed by the electric shock.
Oh, what would I do without my wonderful friends? Thank you. Sorry. I wanted to. I should go.
Go ahead. That's a great idea. And we'll start our class. What were we talking about?
All about wires.
Well, it looks like our class is over.
Time to go play.